Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, where we dive into the best financial wisdom out there to help you achieve success. Today, we're talking about one of the most influential personal finance books of all time, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you've ever wanted to understand money the way the wealthy do, then this book is a game changer. This book is 336 pages long, which take average person 8 hours to finish. You will save 98% of that time just by staying through to the end. So stick around as we explore 5 key lessons that can transform the way you think about money and wealth. All right, let's jump right into lesson 1 from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This one's all about shifting your mindset. You see, it's not about how much money you earn, it's about how much you keep, and more importantly, how that money works for you. This is one of the biggest aha moments in the book, this difference in mindset between the rich dad and the poor dad. Now, the poor dad, Kiyosaki's biological father, represented the traditional way of thinking. Work hard, get good grades, land a secure job, and save money. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with that, it doesn't necessarily lead to wealth. The rich dad, on the other hand, Kiyosaki's mentor, had a different approach. He understood that wealth comes from owning assets, things that put money in your pocket, and limiting liabilities, things that take money out. Imagine this. You have 2 columns. One is labeled assets, the other, liabilities. Assets are like your money-making machines. Think real estate that generates rental income, stocks that pay dividends, or a business that brings in profits. These are your golden geese. Liabilities are the opposite. They're things that drain your account every month. That fancy car you're still paying off, credit card debt, or even a mortgage on a house if you're not careful. The key takeaway here is to focus on acquiring assets, even if they're small at first. Every dollar you invest in an asset is like planting a seed that can potentially grow into a money tree down the line. Building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. Start small. Maybe it's investing a few $100s in a low-cost index fund or starting a side hustle that could eventually become your main source of income. The important thing is to shift your mindset. Start thinking like an investor, someone who understands the value of assets and how they can help you achieve financial freedom. Let's move on to lesson 2, which is all about financial literacy. This is something I'm super passionate about because it's an area where so many people are left in the dark. Think about it. We spend years in school learning about history, math, science, all incredibly important subjects. But how much time is dedicated to teaching us about money? How to manage it, how to invest it, how to make it work for us? Sadly, not nearly enough. And that's a huge problem, because financial literacy is not just about knowing how to balance a checkbook or pay your bills on time, although those are important too. It's about understanding how money works on a deeper level. It's about knowing how to read a financial statement, how to analyze an investment, how to make informed financial decisions. You can earn a 6-figure salary, but if you don't understand basic financial principles, you could still end up in debt, living paycheck to paycheck. The wealthy, on the other hand, they get it. They understand that financial education is an investment in itself. They read books, attend seminars, seek out mentors. They're constantly learning and expanding their financial IQ. Why? Because knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money. Start small. Pick up a book on personal finance. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a great starting point, of course. Subscribe to some financial blogs or YouTube channels. There are tons of amazing resources out there. Take a free online course on investing. The key is to be consistent and make learning about money a habit. Chapter 3. Unlocking the Power of Cash Flow. Let's dive into Lesson 3, which is all about the power of cash flow. This is where things start to get really interesting because it challenges the traditional way we think about work and income. You see, most people are stuck in the rat race, trading their time for money, working for a paycheck. And while there's nothing wrong with having a job, I have one too. The problem is that it limits your earning potential and your freedom. The wealthy, on the other hand, they understand that true wealth comes from creating passive income streams, money that flows into their pockets even when they're not actively working. Think about it. When you work for a paycheck, you're essentially trading hours for dollars. But when you have assets that generate passive income, your money is working for you 24/7, even while you sleep. Now, there are countless ways to create passive income, and what works best for you will depend on your interests, skills, and risk tolerance. But here are a few examples. Rental properties. This is a classic example of passive income. You buy a property, rent it out, and collect monthly rent checks. Dividend-paying stocks. When you invest in dividend-paying stocks, you're essentially buying a small piece of a company that pays you a portion of its profits. Online businesses. This could be anything from starting a blog or YouTube channel to selling products online or creating an online course. The key takeaway here is to create systems that generate income without requiring your constant attention. This way, you're not dependent on a single source of income, and you have more freedom to pursue your passions, spend time with loved ones, or simply relax and enjoy life. Chapter 4. Embracing Risk. The Entrepreneur's Edge. All right, let's move on to Lesson 4, which is all about embracing risk. This is where Rich Dad, Poor Dad really challenges the conventional wisdom that tells us to play it safe, avoid risk, and stick to the beaten path. Now, I'm not saying you should go out and make reckless decisions with your money, but what Kiyosaki emphasizes is that true wealth rarely comes from playing it safe. You have to be willing to step outside your comfort zone, take calculated risks, and embrace the unknown. Think about it. Every successful entrepreneur, every self-made millionaire, every person who has achieved financial freedom has taken risks along the way. They've had to overcome their fears, step into the unknown, and believe in themselves even when others doubted them. Now, I understand that taking risks can be scary. It's natural to want to avoid failure, to protect ourselves from potential losses. But here's the thing. If you're not willing to take risks, you're essentially limiting your potential for growth and success. The key, of course, is to take calculated risks. This means doing your research, understanding the potential downsides, and having a plan in place to mitigate those risks as much as possible. Don't just jump into something blindly because someone on the internet told you it was a sure thing. Do your due diligence, seek out expert advice, and make informed decisions. Chapter 5. Work to learn, not to earn. Investing in your most valuable asset. Let's wrap up with Lesson 5, which is all about working to learn, not to earn. This is one of the most powerful lessons in Rich Dad, Poor Dad because it shifts our focus from short-term gains to long-term growth. You see, most people are conditioned to think about work as a means to an end. We work to earn a paycheck, pay our bills, and hopefully have some money left over for fun. And while there's nothing wrong with that, it limits our potential for true wealth and fulfillment. Kiyosaki, on the other hand, encourages us to approach work as an opportunity to learn, grow, and develop valuable skills. Instead of simply trading our time for money, we should be seeking out experiences that will make us more valuable in the marketplace. Think about it. Every job, every project, every interaction is an opportunity to learn something new. It could be a technical skill, a soft skill like communication or leadership, or even just a deeper understanding of a particular industry. The more skills you acquire, the more valuable you become. And the more valuable you become, the more opportunities will open up for you. It's like a positive feedback loop. The more you learn, the more you earn, and the more you can learn. Start building your path to financial freedom. So there you have it. 5 key lessons from Rich Dad, Poor Dad that could change the way you approach money. Remember, it's all about mindset. Shifting from working for money to making money work for you. If you found these insights valuable, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future content on financial freedom and success. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.